We're live.
Episode 9, take 3.
Episode 9, take 3. Episode 9 for the third time.
Well, for the third take. Yeah, so we're in a new place today. We're actually recording in it's like the game room of our agency.
Yeah.
So we've done recording everywhere. We've done recording at your place. We've done recording at my place. We did recording in an office, and now we're recording in
this day and age, you gotta be mobile.
You gotta be flexible. We're actually recording on a ping pong table.
Yeah.
So that's how
we're recording
we're.
our game shows and on a game table.
Yeah, I guess that's appropriate.
In a game room, actually.
In a game room. No-name games in a game room.
Yeah.
I like cool. It. The episode today is about the Game Awards. So, again, the Game Awards has been going on for a few years now.
They're going. It's happening next week on Thursday, right?
Yeah, it's going to be next week, Thursday, December 6th at 8:30 Eastern Time.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to actually talk about the games that are going to be reviewed, the games that everyone's voting on. We're going to give you our votes. And then we're just going to either talk really good about some of these games or totally talk shit about them and say how we hate them.
I definitely didn't play all of them. But
yeah, we didn't play all of them.
I'll try my best.
But there's reasons why we didn't play some of them, right?
Well, yeah.
Good reasons, right? Like they didn't catch our attention enough, or there wasn't enough time to play all the games.
Or I didn't have the money to get it.
We didn't have the money. Well, I mean, that all... Hey, look. I mean, in a perfect world, in a perfect gaming world, we would have all the monies to buy all the games.
Oh, yeah.
And just play games all the time.
If you had all the money in the world, would you buy every single game?
See, even then, I don't think I would. I would still be selective.
Yeah, me too.
So I guess it's a good segue to talk about the games that we would want to play, even if we had all the money.
I haven't seen the list yet, but going back to what you were saying, there's probably good reasons for me not having played some of these games here. Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of games. There are a lot of games on the list. Going back to 2015. And by the way, the Game Awards have grown a lot.
Yeah.
So 2015, the live viewership of the Game Awards was 2.3 million people. And the game of the year that year was Witcher.
Yeah.
Which was an awesome game. In 2016, viewership was at 3.8 million. And the game of the year was Overwatch.
Oh, yeah?
That was 2016, yeah.
Oh, you have a smile on your face.
I do.
You read Overwatch there.
But I have a bigger smile on my face for last year's game of the year, which I think you know what it is, right?
It's last year's?
Yeah.
Was it last year's Zelda?
It was. Yeah. It was Breath of the Wild.
Was it? Wow. I thought it was...
Even
what
though
year
it came
is
out
Zelda?
late. Zelda came out in 2017. At the end, remember, it was so close. It was like, I don't even remember, but I remember it wasn't, it wasn't like January for sure.
It wasn't early.
It wasn't early 2017. And that Game Award viewership
I feel that was like so long ago.
It feels long.
That was a year of Nier Automata. That was a year of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on in 2017.
Incredible.
I mean,
that was a good year.
It was a great year for games. Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year. It recognized Guillermo del Toro, Hideo Kojima, which was really cool because a lot of people may not know this, but Guillermo del Toro and Hideo Kojima are like friends.
Yeah, they've collaborated in several games that they haven't been able to finish, but still he has a cameo in his new game, the whatever, Death Stranding or Death something?
Something like that.
Hideo Kojima's new game. He has one of the characters in the game, well, the things that we've seen, Guillermo del Toro is there.
Yep.
So it's funny.
You know, and you mentioned this game to me before I even knew what it was. The game that won Best Art Direction last year was Cuphead.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still good. Like, some of these games are still so good. You know, Overwatch won Best Esports Game again last year. The best esports player was Faker for League of Legends, and so on and so forth. But for this year, things are a little bit different. I mean, some things have changed a lot, some things haven't. What I like about this year, as I look and compare it to the other years, and you go down to the bottom, at least in terms of voting, is that what we're going to start with? We're gonna go up to Game of the Year, and then give you what we think the Game of the Year is. But the categories actually start with Content Creator of the Year.
Yep. So we're gonna be starting from the bottom up.
Started from the bottom, and now we're going up.
Awesome. So
yeah.
let's get to it.
So the content creators of the year are the nominees are Dr. Lupo, Myth, Ninja, Pokimane, and Willy Rex. Now, depending on what you play, you might recognize some of these guys, and some of the other guys or gals, you might be like, okay, well, I have no idea who that is.
Well, I do recognize two of them.
Okay, which ones?
I recognize Ninja, obviously.
Right, I think Ninja's probably the most popular one.
He's the face of Fortnite.
He is. So since he's the face of Fortnite, I mean, he kind of has the most popularity. But is he the best content creator? Because Dr. Lupo also plays a lot of Fortnite. I mean, they're both basically Fortnite. They're both basically Fortnite players.
Okay.
Between Ninja and Fortnite, I say, or Ninja and Dr. Lupo, they have like the Fortnite crowd on lockdown.
But what's your judge? I mean, how are you going to judge them? As entertainers, or as players of the games?
You know what I want to do. So for me, it's a combination of a lot of things, but it has to be how entertaining are you?
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to keep people's attention. And how good are you? Because you can't just suck.
Well, I mean, I guess in this category, you're only going to be an entertainer, or you're only going to be nominated here as an entertainer if you do it well.
Right. And to that point, all of these guys actually play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Most
streamers
all
today.
these guys play Fortnite. Yeah. So I think Pokimane.
I know her. I recognize her.
Right.
That's the other one I recognize, right, because there is a streamers or streaming kind of show on Amazon Prime. And I don't know if they have more episodes or if it's just this, not even a show, it's just this little documentary.
Yeah.
And it's on her. Uh-huh. It's about streamers on Twitch.
Yep.
But my perception is that it's a show about streaming and they're going to feature different content creators.
Yeah.
The only thing, I don't know if that's going to be happening, but the actual episode that I saw on Amazon Prime was with her, Pokimane. So that's the only reason why. And she won some awards, Shorty Award, I think.
What is that? What is a Shorty?
Shorty Award, it's like an award for internet things. Like,
okay.
So all the categories are about content in the internet, basically. It's like movies. The movie awards, it's Oscar big movies. Mm-hmm. The Shorty Awards are short stuff or content created for the internet. And she won best something, maybe best streamer or content creator, I'm not sure.
Cool.
But that's the only reason. Now, having said that, these guys mostly play Fortnite, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, they play other games. Like Pokimane plays, and the way I got to know her was when she was playing mostly League of Legends.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know.
Which one you're going to pick then?
I mean, I'm actually in between a couple of them. I mean, I think this is why this is an interesting competition at this point. Again, Myth is también mostly a Fortnite player. So the popularity of the game Fortnite, I think, in a way, has made these guys more popular.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're playing the most popular game. And that goes, I mean, we've talked about this before. If you want to be a content creator nowadays and you want to make a splash, it's hard to say, okay, I'm going to start playing Fortnite and streaming Fortnite. Because how are you going to compete against these people that have already been doing it for a little while,
yeah,
and have such a huge audience? I mean, Pokimane has 2.3 million followers.
Yeah.
So,
But I think Pokimane did wasn't just gaming.
Mhm.
I mean, Ninja. If you talk about Ninja,
uh-huh.
it's only gaming, right?
Right.
It's only the battle royale thing, mostly
Right.
Fortnite. But Pokimane, she does different things. I mean, she plays. I don't know, maybe Fortnite too or League of Legends. You
Yeah,
were
she
saying.
plays League of Legends. Yeah.
But I think she did some other things like makeup tutorials and those kind of things.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so yeah, I mean, and again, it's about being entertaining. So if you can, and if you, it's possible that a lot of her audience is female, because let's be real,
Yeah.
on that list, she's the only one. She's the only female.
She's the only female.
So I'm gonna
The
go.
only girl representing
The only girl. Yeah,
the
the only
gaming
girl.
industry.
The only girl representing all the kind of like the gamer content
Streaming.
creators, right? What about Willie Rex,
I don't know.
Guillermo Diaz?
I don't really know them.
Him I have not really heard of, and it's crazy because he has 10.9 million subscribers.
10.9?
Yeah,
Where on Twitch?
This is on YouTube.
YouTube.
No, I'm sorry. This has to be YouTube. But again, another Fortnite player.
Yeah.
So it's all Fortnite. So the fact that it's all Fortnite, I'm gonna go with the person that plays a game other than Fortnite.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I feel like you have to be flexible. Okay, so here's what happens when Fortnite dies. Because let's be real, no game lasts forever. 2 years ago it was another game that was the most popular.
Yeah, but these
game.
are the 2018 Game Awards.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if for me, from an entertainment perspective, I think for me it'd be a toss up between Ninja and.
I'm gonna go
Pokemon.
Ninja because, well, several reasons. One of the reasons is I'm not a avid consumer of streaming.
Mhm.
I mean, if I'm interested in a game, I will go and see some streams and just to take a look at the game,
Mhm.
how it looks, how it plays, what are they saying, whatever. Other than reviews, of course.
Right.
So there's a reason why I don't know any of these people, and I know Ninja.
Mhm.
I think the impact that he has created in the streaming world, it's big, it's huge, and that for me is kind of saying to the world, hey, this is a way. I mean, you can make a living out of this. You can actually be a professional streamer
Yeah.
and a professional player. And that noise that he has created, positive and negative, because he's now in the scandal that he went, he raged
banned a bunch of people, right?
a guy because he claimed that the guy was stream sniping. Is that how they call it? Is when
Yeah.
a player is watching the stream. Let's say I'm watching the stream of Ninja, so I know where he is, and I go
Yeah.
and kill him.
Yeah.
So he accused him of that,
Mhm.
and apparently the guy was just a regular player who killed Ninja, and
Yeah.
Ninja got pissed, and
And he
now
got pissed
there's a
and
whole scandal. I mean, he's
Well-
not perfect. It's obviously none of these people are perfect because they're not
Yeah.
professional entertainers.
Yeah.
like on.
But they're the
classical
closest thing
TV.
to professional entertainment that gamers have, right? From a gaming perspective. I mean, what
Well,
makes them
I mean-
professional or not? I mean, they have the equipment. They have.
The thing is that when you see a TV presenter, you're not seeing that person. You're seeing a character that's created by that person, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
In this industry, they're themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
Ninja is just him.
Yeah, it's just him.
I mean, he has this whole play of Ninja and his little dance or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's him, and Pokimane, that's her. It's
Yeah.
her playing. They don't fake. They don't change their personality. That's how they create their audiences. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Ninja because of that.
Okay.
Even though he's not perfect, and I don't even like Fortnite. But when I went to E3, Ninja was like the guy there.
Yeah, he was like the streamer there, right?
So
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. This is a tough one for me because honestly, I don't know these guys that well because I don't play Fortnite.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's unfair too.
It's unfair
because I
to
don't
them.
know any of the other guys.
I've seen Pokimane. I've seen some of her streams, some of her League of Legends games, like a few years back, and I have more knowledge of hers than I do of the other guys. So I'm gonna go with her. Cool. And also, just because I feel like maybe because she has more. She plays other games, right? Not that these guys don't, but like that's not what they're focused on.
Yeah.
So awesome. Those are the ones for me. The next category is best esports moment, but I think we're gonna skip that because we haven't even seen any of those.
I have no clue.
Honestly, like C9's comeback win in triple overtime versus FaZe. No idea.
It
what
would be
there.
so unfair for me to click on a vote there.
Now, what about best esports host?
I can't vote there either.
You can't vote there either? No. Okay. Do you know, like one of the guys there, Paul Red Eye Challoner, he's nominated. I have so much respect for this guy because, not to say anything about like gaming that is not for it. There's this stigma or there's like this stereotype that gaming is only for young people. Okay. And I don't know if you've ever come across that or anything like that, but if you're an older person, it's like you tell people that you're a gamer, they kind of look at you crazy.
Yeah, it's like in our second episode, Tropi P, it was
like
you guys are immature.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are immature. Paul is like almost, I'm not to date him or anything or put his age out there, but he's old. He's much older than we are. And this guy is one of the best esports hosts, not just because he does it for StarCraft, not just because he does it for Blizzard, but he's like, one of the coolest guys out there. I mean, I don't know enough about the other ones to say whether they're good or bad. I like the fact that Alex Mendez is up there because he's Hispanic. And so, I mean, I guess if I were to just pick one out of the names, which, by the way, is how some voting happens in Florida. If you didn't notice, we had a recount because people here don't know how to vote. I would say that it would be between those two for me. Now,
I'm gonna be racist. I'm gonna vote for Mendez just because he's
Hispanic. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna be racist. Now, as far as best esports event, I think this is one that we can weigh in on because for me, at least, knowing that. The League of Legends World Champion is so huge. Yeah. The Overwatch League Grand Finals are huge, and I love the Overwatch stage. And then the International, which is the Dota Championship, which they put so much money into that, and people win a lot of money playing the International. I mean, I think the prize pool for Dota this year was like $30 million. Do you know what it was?
Really?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Let me look this up real quick. I have to know. Prize pool tracker, 25 million. So 25.5 million for 5 guys.
Wow.
For 5 dudes.
That's $5 million a piece, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty penny. So in terms of impact, I'd say.
What is Evo?
I think Evo is. It's a bunch of different things. Like I'm seeing it here. It looks like a Street Fighter tournament.
Oh, okay.
But I know people also play Dragon Ball Z at Evo. And it happens in Las Vegas, so it's like a huge event at the Mandalay Bay. Okay. But let's see, the Evo player guide, it's Street Fighter, Tekken,
it's fighting
Dragon Ball Z, Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's what Evo's all about, and that's pretty cool. You know why we don't know enough about the Hispanic players that play games? Because a lot of them play Street Fighter type games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, remember there's a guy that won
the Dominican guy.
The Dominican guy that won the Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And also, he's sponsored by Red Bull, I think.
Oh yeah.
I was reading that he was either sponsored by Red Bull or Red Bull was one of the sponsors that was looking at him. So that's really cool. But I'm partial to Overwatch just because I like Overwatch.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I know I'm gonna be unfair here too, but I'm gonna click on the vote just because I like Overwatch.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of League of Legends and Dota, although they're pretty good games. But And fighting games, I'm not. I mean, I like him, but yeah. Anyhow, I'm gonna go with Overwatch League.
Sweet. No, we agreed on one. The next category is best esports coach. Now I don't know any of these guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I would love to be an esports coach. How cool would that be? To be coaching a team, and watching them win
It
or
would be
lose
so awesome.
or draw. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip that one.
Yeah, let's skip that one. Now, what about best esports game, just in general? The game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates.
Where are you?
I am.
You skipped a couple.
I skipped a couple, yeah, because
Okay.
I mean we're not gonna
That's
best
fine.
esports player. Dominic McLean,
Yeah, I don't know.
Hajime Tokido Taniguchi. I said that right, by the way.
Yeah,
Gian Uzi
it
Zihao,
sounded like.
Alexander Kostilyev.
Now that's fine. Let's skip those. Let's
Yeah.
go back to where you were. Best
Best
esports,
esports game. Yeah. CS:GO,
CS:GO.
Dota 2,
Yeah.
Fortnite,
Fortnite.
League of Legends, Overwatch. Simple.
Uh,
You know what's gonna win this year,
I know which one is gonna win.
and I hate knowing that I know it.
It's gonna be Fortnite.
Of course, it's gonna be Fortnite.
So I'm gonna put it this way. My money is on Fortnite. My heart is with Overwatch.
Yeah, I would agree. My money's on Fortnite. My heart's with Overwatch, and I do love Dota. Dota
Yeah.
2 is one of the most fun games. A lot of people said at one point, and I don't know if anybody here that has ever played Dota might know this, but the Dota community was a very very toxic community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people would insult you a lot in the games if you didn't know what you were doing. If you were new, you got kicked from teams. You got kind of like harassed by other players. People would really take it serious, and that kind of sucked because it pushed a lot of people away from that game. A lot of Dota 2 players said, fuck it, I'm gonna go play Heroes of the Storm, and even though it's a similar type of game, Heroes of the Storm is a totally different game than Dota. So yeah, what about best indie game?
So wait, one question though.
Yeah.
The vote. Are we voting for the money or for our hearts?
We vote for the money. Fortnite's gonna win that.
I'm gonna agree
It's
with
gotta be
that.
Fortnite.
I'm gonna vote for Fortnite there.
Yeah. Now I don't know if you took a look at the indie games yet. Have you seen the best debut indie game?
Yes.
Okay, so you have Donut County.
Yep.
You have Florence by
Yep.
Mountains. You have Moss, Polyarch Games.
Yep.
You have The Messenger, Sabotage Studio, and then you have Yoku's Island Express.
Mm-hmm.
When I see Yoku's Island Express, why is it Yoshi to me in my head screaming Yoshi?
I actually was for some reason I was very much visual with this. It reminded me of I'm sorry, mumbling here, but because I'm trying to think of this game that Ubisoft has
Which one?
that's like a platformer and it's a character, like a orange character. For some reason the picture of that game reminded me of that. But Yoku's Island Express, I don't know that game. And I don't know Donut County. But I've seen Florence, which is interesting. It's kind of like like an interactive story, if you will.
Yeah.
Then you have a Moss, which I tried on VR. That's a VR game.
Oh, okay, you tried it. Cool.
And it's really cool.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't play it, I'm leaning towards voting for that one. The game is very, very cool. Which reminds me,
I would have thought you would have
you
picked
didn't
the
get the
Messenger.
VR game.
No, I didn't. So yeah, let me
No, the
update
VR
everybody.
set.
Yeah. So I didn't buy the VR thing. I suck. You know what it is? I need to know that I'm going to spend all this money and that there's going to be something for me to play, and I just don't know that yet.
Wow, there's a bunch of. I was this close to buying it. My thing is that I'm not really sold on VR yet, and the offer, the special offer that I got, wasn't that great.
What was the offer?
It was like $40 discount.
Yeah, that's not enough.
I was still spending more than $300 on the set. and I was like, you know what, I can't wait.
It's $300 on the set, and it's tied to your computer.
Yeah,
You know.
too.
So when I did the research, I realized that the Facebook Oculus Go
Uh-huh.
is going to be the last generation of Oculus that they're going to do,
Oh, really?
and they're going to start a new one after that.
Oh, okay.
And the new ones are all. I mean, the Oculus Go, you don't have to have it tied to your computer. You can just have
it's,
it.
It's, in the,
It's its own.
everything
It's its own
is in
set.
the- yeah.
And that's what I want. I don't want something that's tied to a computer. But the Oculus Go is not as powerful graphically and all that other stuff as the other ones. Because
It's a mobile.
device. It's a mobile.
basically.
It's basically mobile. So I would like to wait for that. I want to wait for a system that is a standalone system that has the power of the other systems, and that way, what will happen is this: once the barriers to entry are better, I'm going back into my MBA program here. There's these things called barriers to entry for businesses to be successful.
Yeah.
Guess what? VR costs money and it's expensive. So once it's more affordable, at least for consumers out there, I think Facebook is gonna get there. You'll start to see that a lot more games are developed for it when people start to pick it up more. So I'm gonna wait for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for that, and then
Fair point.
hopefully it happens sooner than later. But anyways, here in this list, the game that I like the most is The Messenger, and I thought that you would have liked The Messenger. I don't know if you've played it. Have you played it?
I haven't played The Messenger,
man,
although
you
I've
have to
seen
play
it. I've seen a couple of videos on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Well, it's obviously you can see from there it's like a retro style
Yeah.
art, but it's based. It's like
It reminds me of Ninja.
it's Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
It's Ninja Gaiden on steroids.
Yeah.
It's a side-scrolling mayhem,
Yep.
and playing it was a lot of fun.
Oh, there's a wizard there. So
And there's a wizard.
No wonder
there.
you.
Yeah, no,
love it.
I mean, immediately wanted to be the wizard.
I'm gonna go with Moss here.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go with The Messenger. So let's see who wins. Now let's skip the next one because the next one sucks. Who cares about best student game?
Come on, man! The students.
What about them? I love them, but
They work a lot.
They shouldn't be playing games. I'm just kidding.
No, I don't know any of those. So
No, me neither.
okay, so let's get into best multiplayer game. Interesting category.
Outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op, massively multiplayer, and irrespective of game genre. So there's Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Yep.
I don't know how that's like I guess that's a multiplayer game.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
multiplayer.
It's completely multiplayer.
I
Actually,
know, but
they didn't release it with a single player campaign.
But it's like bundled up into like MMO, like
No.
massively. Yeah, it says including co-op and massively multiplayer,
Oh, okay. I guess.
which is weird to me. Like, would you have World of Warcraft in the same category if the games existed at the same time? Like, if the games were both new, that's too weird. But anyways, Destiny 2, Forsaken, Fortnite again, Monster Hunter World, and Sea of Thieves. Did you ever play Sea of Thieves?
Never did. I watched it a lot because I really like the water fluid effect.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It looks very cool, but it was always a like a demo or a early access thing. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I never got it. It's only on Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
So and then when it was coming out and popular, everybody was talking about it. I didn't have the PC yet, so
Yeah.
so I never got to play it. I did play all of the other games.
Okay.
So I did play. I do have Call of Duty Black Ops 4,
Nice.
which is just another Call of Duty.
To me, it's just another Call of Duty. I mean, I know there's
Adding
a
the-
few different things about it.
Adding the battle royale that
That's
they
it.
added, it's another Call of Duty. For me, it doesn't. You know what bothers me about this Activision, whatever company make these games, is that they really do the minimum amount of work they need to do in order to just make money.
I know.
And I know that's a business model that most businesses in the world will pursue,
But it sucks for us.
but it sucks because I'm not a big fan of COD. I just play because I have friends who play it, and that's how I keep in touch with them. Thing is, as we play, they're constantly saying that the maps that come up in the game are maps that were on another Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And as like if I remember correctly, there were 3 maps last time I played that they were saying, yeah, this is from Blackout 2 or Blackout
Yeah.
Black Ops. I mean,
Black Ops 2, Black
1
Ops
or
1.
2 or whatever. And I'm like, I mean, they didn't even design a new map for the new game. They just recycled the map and throw in the new a new game basically, because the whole mechanics of the guns and all that shit, that's already done too.
Yeah.
It's just recycling.
That's not innovative.
It's just put in there a name, a number 4. Now it's 4.
Yeah.
It's the same thing reused.
It's
so
bullshit.
It's bullshit.
You know what? Activision Blizzard is I'm so pissed off. I'm so disappointed. You have phones, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Like,
next one we have Activision again with Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Which I'm a big fan of.
I love Bungie.
I play a lot of Destiny 2. Playing it on PC specifically now. But
yeah, this is your category. This is not my category.
they are not free of sins. Because
No
they
one's free
do
of sin.
they also have some sketchy, weird business models going on.
Because of Activision. Have you noticed?
It's just because of Activision.
Activision is the poison.
Now, Forsaken, it's really good. I really liked Forsaken.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a new mode of multiplayer, which is PvP and PvE
Combined.
kind of combined,
Yeah.
which is really good. I don't know if that's enough for me to consider it the best of the year. It's more of the same, basically.
Well, are you going to vote for Fortnite?
Fortnite?
Again?
I'm actually going to vote for Monster Hunter World.
I was going to say, if any of these games are different and
Yes.
and give you some sort of like something new and more,
Yes.
I don't know, create more excitement. As far as enticing me to play, Monster Hunter World is better. I played it a little bit. It was really good. You know, the little bit
Yeah.
that I played. I love the graphics.
It's very deep.
It's very deep.
The RPG,
the story is really good.
is
You know,
incredible.
I would say that one takes the cake there. I think Call of Duty is just, I mean, as good as the game is, and it's still a good game. A lot of people play Call of Duty,
Yeah,
but it's just not.
it works.
and it works, and there's tournaments and shit, but it's the same thing.
It's the
all over
same
again.
thing all over again,
the
repackaged
same
with a
thing.
new number.
It's the
basically.
same thing.
And again, my money is on Fortnite on this one,
Yeah.
but my heart is on Monster Hunter World,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go for my heart on this one.
My money's on Fortnite, and my heart is in World of Warcraft. Not on the list, so see you later.
Well, it's not a new game.
It's not new. It's not old. It's never.
Okay,
Never happened.
so best sports racing game.
FIFA 2019.
You don't even consider Mario Tennis?
No. Mario Tennis is fun, but
Yeah.
after you play it for a half hour, you're like, okay, I'm good. I mean, that's
Forza
just the way I feel.
Horizon?
I'm not a huge race fan. I used to be. I used to play a lot of Project Gotham and a lot of Forza.
Yeah.
But as far as like a sports game, I don't really consider that a sports game.
No?
I consider sports game like soccer, basketball, baseball.
Is it racing a sport?
Racing is a sport, but like
It's a car. It's not
It's
a
a-
person doing it.
I don't know. It's not like a sport. Like, it's the car doing all the work,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't
That's
like
fine.
NBA 2K anything. I think all the NBA games are just weird, and I know there's leagues and people playing online now and competing against each other, and I'm happy for them, and I think that that's great for the genre to get more exposure out there, to let people know that there are more competitions out there that are suited for them. But I'm just not a real big fan of basketball games. I mean, you want to play a good basketball game? Play NBA Jams.
NBA Jam was awesome.
The nail in the coffin.
He's on fire.
He's on fire. Yeah.
Boom shakalaka.
Exactly. I mean, I'm doing Boom Shakalaka with like Steve Smith and Glenn Rice, who didn't even dunk. Like, that's fun.
Okay. I'm gonna go with FIFA 2. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because it's EA, and I hate. I'm sorry, I shouldn't hate, but I hate EA.
Well, you know what's stupid?
What?
FIFA 19 is just another reskin.
Exactly.
You know, so we just
all
hated on
the
the
stuff
reskin.
that we just said about COD, and we're voting for a game that's just a reskin.
Just a reason, but you know what?
I
It's
agree.
FIFA's still a great game.
I really
Still-
like it.
because
I really
in
like it.
sports games, it's just so good. Even if you don't like soccer,
Well,
It's fun.
let's just consider that soccer is soccer.
yeah.
What else can you change about soccer?
Well, I mean,
If the game of soccer or fútbol, mejor dicho, if the game of football no doesn't change, what are they going to change in the game?
well, I mean, you can change the way the characters look. You can change.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You know, I mean,
aesthetically, you can change
aesthetically, the
Yeah,
game needs to continue
definitely.
to evolve, and I think FIFA's done a really good job of making things look very lifelike. And, you know, the game feels good. They do fuck with the controls a lot. Like year over
Yeah.
year, like things sometimes get more complicated when they should get easier.
I'm gonna say that I did buy FIFA 2012,
Oh my god!
and
Take
I'm
it back.
playing FIFA 19 here at the office.
Yeah, on the Switch.
And things are the same.
Yeah,
Well, the mechanics of controlling the character is
or a
different.
little different. Yeah.
I don't know if the mechanics is the right word, but the way you feel. Though. I mean,
Well, the
whatever
way you pass is
the
different.
characters, yeah, they behave differently. The movement is different, and the responsiveness too. I think it's better,
Yeah.
but what you're saying, aesthetically, it looks more real and all that.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of animations that are the same.
Yeah.
the
The
openings,
slides,
the voices,
the voices.
they're all the same. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty much a reskin of.
Yeah, and
Okay,
they're gonna
that's
milk
right.
it, bro. They're
Yeah.
gonna milk it. Let them. Good job, FIFA. Milk it.
I'm
best-
gonna click on the vote.
Okay, what about best strategy game? Did you play any of these? Did you play Banner
Strategy
Saga 3, Battletech, Frostpunk, Into
Nope.
the Breach, or Valkyria? Now, I played Valkyria Chronicles before, and I played Valkyria Chronicles 1 and 2. I mean,
I can't vote.
you can't vote? All right, so we'll just take my vote, Valkyria Chronicles 4. Next is best family game. Now, what I'll say is for this one,
I have it clear.
you no?
I have it clear.
Which one?
It's Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party for sure. Mario Party, it's so fun. There's so many things to do, so many games. It's just overwhelming, actually, the amount of games that you can play. Unlike Mario Tennis, which is up here,
Yeah.
which is fun, you can play for hours Mario Party and play different games every single hour
Yep.
if you wanted to.
Have you done the Nintendo Labo thing?
No, I haven't. No.
It's weird to me.
No, I haven't done it. It looks weird. Like, what is it? Can you explain it to me?
It's
What the hell is it? You
there's
put shit
devices
together?
that are like carton devices.
Yep.
In shape, and you can actually use it as controllers with the Switch.
That sounds complicated.
So
Does
there's,
it make me play better?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I tried the one with the piano,
Uh-huh.
and it works, but I don't know. I don't find it. Maybe kids or.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the category for that, family games. But
Yeah.
I did try Starlink Battle for Atlas at E3.
Oh, cool.
And it was really cool. It reminded me of this game, the game with the space,
No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky,
Yep.
but with more action and all that.
Uh-huh.
Because this is actually an RPG or RPG-ish game. The thing is, it's you see the image. You have like those ships, and those ships have weapons.
Yeah.
And then you see the characters. Well, actually, you buy those physically.
Yep.
Like, you remember those things that I think it was Nintendo, it was like a little platform and you place the character on top.
Yeah.
And that was the guy you were playing digitally with.
You mean the Amiibos?
Yeah. Was it the Amiibos?
Wasn't it something like that?
Whatever. The thing is that here you have like a special controller and you plug in a physical ship to the controller.
Okay.
and you plug into that ship physical weapons.
Okay.
So all those things you buy separately.
Oh, okay.
So that's how they monetized.
They get you. That's how they get
That's
you.
how they did the microtransactions, if you will, with that game. The game is fairly good. I enjoyed it for the 15 to 20 minutes that I played. Played it in A3.
Okay.
But that's the only thing. That's how the game works. It's actually just a sponge of money.
I mean, it feels like a money pit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Mario Party because for me that's just
Yeah. Here we go.
Se cae de la mata.
Mario Party. Okay, yeah, that's the one for me too.
Next one.
What about best fighting game?
I've played.
Okay, we got BlazBlue, Cross Tag Battle. We got Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yep.
Soul Calibur 6.
Yep.
And Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition.
I'm gonna discard Street Fighter 5.
You're gonna go Street Fighter 5?
I'm gonna discard it.
Oh, you're not gonna.
Yeah, because for me that's not a new game. It's just another port.
It is a port. Yeah.
But I did play. I didn't play. Did I play? No, I didn't play BlazBlue or BlazBlue.
BlazBlue. Yeah, BlazBlue.
I did play Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Uh-huh.
And I played at E3 Soul Calibur 6, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Soul
I'm gonna go
Calibur.
with Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur is just such a good, iconic fighting game. I mean, I'm glad that they keep making them because the characters are so cool.
Yeah.
Um,
And you have Gerald.
You have Gerald in it
Yeah.
again? Nice, dude. Gerald was my favorite. My favorite. You know, he was like cheating when you played him in Soul Calibur 1 and 2 because he was just, his sword is just too big. All right, so we're good on that one. What about best role playing game?
This is a tough one.
This one for me is awesome because I played Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2. Pillars of Eternity, the first one is probably one of the best role playing games that ever existed.
You know, Obsidian was acquired by Microsoft.
Yes, I did know that. Yeah. And so hopefully, they don't screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
But Pillars of Eternity, along with Divinity: Original Sin.
Yeah.
Both of those games are really fun. And then when Pillars of Eternity 2 came out, I started playing it. And again, I don't have as much time to play games as I used to, but it was a lot more of what I loved from the first game.
Yeah.
Same type of graphics, same interaction, the interface was almost identical, just polished a little bit more. So I never played Octopath. I saw a lot of people play Ni no Kuni. I saw a lot of streams for Ni no Kuni 2 just to check it out. And then Monster Hunter to me is just another great game. So, I mean, for me, because I'm partial to Pillars, I'm going to go with that one. But I could totally see, Monster Hunter winning this one too.
My vote is very subjective here. Dragon Quest, I've never played it. I saw it. I saw a couple of streams because I was, for some time, a little bit interesting. Mm-hmm. More because of the aesthetic, how it looks. Mm-hmm. I like the look of the game. Mm-hmm. Monster Hunter World I did play, and I didn't play that much because I was way more into Destiny back in those days, and I think God of War.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You mentioned something there.
So I actually have to download it and try it again. But I did play it for a couple of weeks, maybe more than a couple of weeks, maybe like for a couple of months. And I did find it very, very, very cool. Now, I played Octopath Traveler. I did play it on the Switch too, and it's very, even though it's not my kind of game because it's a turn-based RPG.
Yep.
Like a classic turn-based RPG.
I love
everybody's
turn-based
talking
RPGs.
about. It's a throwback to a Final Fantasy game, like NES.
Well, that's kind of like how
Final
Pillars
Fantasy
is too,
So
it's not turn-based like the way Final Fantasy was, but you can pause the action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but aesthetically, it's very cool, Octopath Traveler, and the reviews are, off the chart for this game.
Cool.
They did really good with this
That's
game.
awesome. I didn't know that.
Pillars of Eternity, I've seen it. I've never played it.
No, Square Enix usually does a really good job, by the way.
With RPGs.
Yeah,
yes.
they do such a great job with RPGs.
Now, Ni no Kuni 2, I did play it a lot.
You did?
I did play it.
Oh, that's
a
right.
lot,
You told me that you played it.
and I finished it, and I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm definitely, even though I feel that this category is going to be won by maybe Octopath Traveler or Monster Hunter, I'm gonna go with Ni no Kuni too.
Man, don't discount Pillars of Eternity too, man.
Oh well,
You're gonna see, man.
Yeah.
You never know. This is a great category, though.
Yeah,
Role-playing
it's
games are just so much fun. They're the reason why I started playing games to begin with. So, I mean, we can talk about this category probably the entire podcast if we wanted to.
I'm going with Ni no Kuni though.
Okay. I'm actually going to go with Pillars because I'm a nerd.
The next category is really hard for
This
me.
one's going to be almost impossible, but yeah. So,
Because I played all of these games.
best action-adventure game. So, you have Assassin's Creed,
Which I'm playing actually.
which you're playing right now. We have God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Now, we covered already a bunch of these games
Yeah.
in our previous podcasts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just going down the list, I haven't played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so I don't know, but I've seen a bajillion videos on it, and it does look phenomenal, and everybody seems to like it a lot.
It is really good.
I played God of War, love it. I haven't played Spider-Man, but I know you're going to tell me that it's amazing and it's the best one there. And I just bought Red Dead Redemption 2. So,
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I bought it. So
Oh, cool.
I have to now start to get into it a little bit. And I know you talked about Shadow of the Tomb Raider a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is kind of bad because judging these games without playing them makes no sense. But I know a good game when I play one, and I think for me, knowing how much fun it was playing God of War, knowing how God of War was, in its previous incarnations, and seeing how they took it to the next level with this game, I have to go with God of War. I mean, and again, I haven't played Spider-Man, so
Yeah.
I'm
gonna go.
missing out on a lot.
This is really hard for me because I
Are you
played.
gonna cry?
These are the kind of
I'm
games.
sad.
I mean, I'm a single player game player.
Yeah.
So these are all obviously single player games, and these are the kind of games that all of these games, where when I was playing them, are those kind of games that you say this is the best game ever.
Yeah. I kind of felt like that with God
Yeah.
of War a little bit.
When I played God of War, I was like, this is the best thing ever. When I was playing Spider-Man, I was like, this is so much. And I
But
go crazy with it.
You didn't say that with Tomb Raider, though.
I didn't say that with Tomb Raider.
Okay, so that one's
I'm
off.
going to agree with that. So that takes it off my list.
Right.
I mean, I love Tomb Raider. I really liked it. It looked very awesome, but it didn't bring much.
It didn't do it for you.
Well, if we read the description here, for the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, Tomb Raider was more of puzzle solving, more than action like fighting or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just more Tomb Raider,
Right.
which I love, but it didn't bring anything new to the table
Right.
as far as being Tomb Raider. It was a really good game. I just don't think it's the best action game. Now, Assassin's Creed is very innovative within the franchise.
Right.
It's the first game they go full on RPG,
Right.
and it's really good. It's really good. Not only the RPG elements, but the story is interesting. The characters are really good. Even though you can choose a woman and a guy. I don't remember the name of the guy. Let's say it's Carlos
Yeah.
and Cassandra.
Pepe.
Pepe.
Carlito.
So you can choose Carlito or Cassandra, which is
Cassandra.
the girl. The woman character is way better.
Oh,
The
yeah.
acting, the voice, everything.
Once again.
Which, even though it's the same story, it's
No, I know. But
identical.
once again, the female character
Yeah.
is better to play.
I always choose female characters. I
Yeah,
don't know
me
why.
too. I don't know.
But yeah, Assassin's Creed is awesome in terms of innovation to the franchise. It's really good too. Now we have God of War, which I agree completely with you. I mean, it's just for me. I'm gonna say I don't want to say for me it was perfect because personally, and this is very subjective. It was a little. It has so many things going on.
It does have a lot going on.
It has the all the upgrades and all the skills and all that. I don't know why for a while I felt I was overwhelmed with how many things.
Well, there's
I
a
could
learning
do.
curve too, to the game, and I feel like the learning curve for this God of War was greater than any of the others.
I have to say that I was a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of things, and I finished the game.
Yeah.
Without, I mean, I felt that I didn't remember a lot of skills that I had applied to the character.
Yeah.
For some reason, I mean, you see Assassin's Creed, it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
You
there's
have
a lot going on.
but for some reason, with Assassin's Creed or Far Cry, those kind of games, it became easier. But for me, God of War it was amazing. It was so almost perfect. Spider-Man. Again, I really loved. Again,
You were saying this game is fucking awesome.
this game is so cool. Just swinging the city feels so great. Now I do have one. I don't want to say negative thing to say, but not. It doesn't bring other than the swinging, which we already saw in previous games, Spider-Man games. It doesn't really have anything new. It has a very good story.
Yeah.
But then it's the same old things that you do in an open world game, that you have different activities all around. It reminded me a lot of the Infamous games.
Yeah, I love those games.
I don't know why I never heard anybody talking about that.
Yeah, nobody really
them.
compared them.
But it really reminded me of the Infamous games, which I loved.
Well, you're in the city, it's like you're jumping around the city, you're running around,
Exactly.
flying around buildings,
Yeah.
except instead of electricity shooting out of your hands, you have webs.
And it's the same thing. You find activities, you find quests,
Right. You find people,
you find things happening, events, and you find. So it's kind of the same thing. You unlock areas.
The first Infamous game was so much fun.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So my vote is for Infamous.
Then Red Dead Redemption. I gotta say, I'm gonna probably be hated by these comments, but I'm not a big Rockstar fan.
Right.
I never played the Rockstar games for some reason. I just don't get hooked with these games. And I really respect them as developers, and I really respect the games, and they deserve all of the
credit.
all the credit that they're getting, and all the good comments that they're getting with this game. I'm just not very much into Red Dead or any Rockstar game. I have a criticism. I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2, but I do have a criticism because I've watched several friends of mine playing it. It's a lot like a simulator.
Oh yeah, it is, because you have to shave, you have to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
you have to. There's a lot of things that you have to do that are like
Exactly.
real life things.
It's
You have to
very
eat.
much a simulator.
If you
with
eat a
story.
lot, you gain weight.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
It's
I don't
Red
know
Dead
if I'm-
Sim City.
Yeah.
it's Red Dead
It's the
Sims.
Sims Red Dead Redemption.
Oh,
So I don't know. That's the only thing that again, I'm gonna get a lot of hate probably because of this. I don't like that.
I hate you, man.
But people love it. That's mostly why people love it. All those details and all these things that the game has,
Yeah.
and it's a huge achievement. Now, for my vote, even though it seems very hard, I have it very clear, and it's God of War.
Okay, good. So I think we both agree on that one. And again, I landed on it without playing Spider-Man, and so I really want to play Spider-Man. That's got to be the
You can
next game
borrow
that
it.
I play. I'm gonna have to borrow
I'll bring it.
Yeah.
God of War is such an amazing game.
It's just so
the
good.
Story
The
is
story
good.
was just
the
so
graphics
good.
is good.
The story makes you sad. It makes you happy. It makes you
amazing.
excited. It's just
the ending is
the
good.
ending is gonna kick you in the pants. Like it's just an awesome game all around. So
And guess what?
what?
It's a single player game
Yeah.
without microtransactions. without
Get out of here.
DLCs,
Without DLC, without a starter pack,
It's
without a
full on
download
game
weapon.
with a full story with AAA quality production value for $60.
And then you get everything you paid for. Every single dollar is worth it.
Activision, EA, why is that so difficult?
It's so hard. They should really
Red Dead Redemption.
call up Sony Santa Monica and be like, "Can you tell us how to make games again? Because we forgot."
Red Dead Redemption, $60. It's gonna be an online game. I think this week came out the online beta.
Yeah,
But nevertheless, single player game, because that's what we have right now. It's a single player game, high production value,
Yeah.
maybe the highest production value of any
all time,
game
right? That's what they're saying. I
we've
mean,
ever seen. And is a single player game, no microtransactions, no, I mean, no, how do you say it? No tricks.
Yeah.
No trampa.
yeah, no tricks, no.
There's no catch.
There's no catch. You don't get halfway through the game and they tell you, "Oh, you're gonna have to wait." now."
Best entertainment. Best anything.
Best value.
Entertainment.
Yep.
In history, selling almost $1 billion in its release weekend. So
What the estimate of Red Dead Redemption 2 of the total cost of making and marketing it is like $900 million or some crazy stupid number
crazy.
like that. So just I mean,
they already made that money though.
oh yeah, no, they made it back. They made it back.
Okay, moving on.
So next,
Best action game.
best action game.
This
So
is so hard.
this one's hard too. Again, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Dead Cells, Motion Twin, Destiny 2 Forsaken, Far Cry 5, which is kind of cool, and Mega Man 11. So yeah,
Well, I've played all of them.
yeah, I played all of them except for Dead Cells. So I don't have anything to say about Dead Cells, but I heard it was a lot of fun.
It is.
I mean, my vote's for Mega Man
Me too.
because I'm just a nostalgic bitch,
Me too.
and I loved it so much. And I only borrowed it for a week from you, and it was probably the most fun I had playing a game in a long time. I mean, it was just fun.
It's completely a perfect game in that category of, the platformer,
Yeah,
very hard Mega Man
Yeah.
kind of game.
but at the same time, it was so much like the old school Mega Man games.
it is
It's
a
like
Mega Man game. It's just a Mega Man game.
Yeah, it's so good.
They didn't change the formula.
Yeah.
It's the same. Even
Everything. The way
it's
he jumps.
It's 3D, and the way he moves is how we saw it in the 2D,
In the 2D world.
sprites.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's just
Wow, that was
a
easy.
great
then.
game. I mean, I have my comments. I mean, Call of Duty,
Yeah.
it's just whatever we just said. That Cell is very good. It's a short game, but it's very good. For me, just didn't beat Mega Man. Forsaken, again, it's just an expansion on a game that was already released. That's
Yeah.
2 years ago, whatever. Far Cry 5, I loved it. It was really fun to play. It's just another Far Cry game. Doesn't bring anything new to the table.
Yeah.
So
The
having
story
said-
was new, but not
the
really.
story was new, but the game was the same. So if we're gonna judge it by that, I still prefer Far Cry 3.
Okay.
So Mega Man 11, yeah, that's my vote.
Awesome.
And if you
We
haven't
agree.
played Mega Man 11, just go.
That's
ahead.
2 in a row that we agree on.
Yeah.
I think pigs are gonna start flying.
Now, best VR AR game.
Can we even? We can't because we don't have VR.
I-
but I will say this.
Can't play.
I will
can't
say
vote,
this.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can't vote on this. Neither of us. But I have a friend that literally he tells me that he sits down to play Firewall 0 Hour for 10-hour sessions,
Wow,
12-hour sessions.
that's too much.
He says I sit down at 9 o'clock in the morning, at 9 o'clock at night, and at 7 in the morning is when I stop playing.
Oh my
8 in the
God.
morning is when I stop playing. I'm like, what the hell's going on? He's like, bro, it's so addictive and it's so much fun. And it's like, imagine playing Call of Duty but in virtual reality.
You're there.
You're there.
That's so cool.
You know, so I mean, I'm gonna have to again a game that I really want to play. It's got to be a game like that. You know, when I buy a headset,
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to play a game like that. But there's got to be more than just that. You know, it's got to be more than a first person shooter. You know,
I really recommend Moss whenever you get
and Moss,
yes, your headset.
But
But I, it's not fair for me to vote for a VR game.
are we gonna vote for best mobile game?
Um.
I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna pass on best mobile game because mine.
Well,
mine is,
I mean, Diablo's not there. Diablo Immortal, so I can't vote.
my vote is for Diablo Immortal, which hasn't released yet, and it's completely failed, even though it hasn't launched yet.
No, I can't
Que
vote.
pena.
I can't vote. I don't really play on mobile.
Que
so I can't.
pena. Don't you have phones?
Now, best indie game.
Yeah, best indie game. So these are pretty good. Celeste, Matt Makes Games. Dead
Have
Cells
you played
again.
Celeste?
No, but
So good.
but yeah, my neighbor plays the shit out of this, and I hear him screaming through. When I have my window open playing this game. Is it hard?
It is really hard.
Okay, so
You remember? You remember Meat
Bastion?
Super Meat Boy?
oh, Super Meat Boy, yeah. Oh,
Well,
it's like that.
So take a Metroidvania game and add the difficulty and kind of mechanics of Super
Meat Boy. Okay, that's rough.
It is.
That's rough. No
it is
wonder.
rough.
Okay, no wonder I hear him.
But
Scream.
it's really good,
Yeah, he
and
told
the
me
story,
about
the story is really good too.
Yeah, he told me it was addictive.
Yeah. So
Um,
I'm gonna go with Celeste here.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Messenger because it's the only one I played.
Okay.
And yeah. What's the next? Games for Impact. For a thought-provoking game with a profound pro-social meaning, that's bullshit. I'm skipping this.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, it's not bullshit. I mean, come on. wait.
Pro-social? What the hell are we doing here?
Well, it's come on, slow down, boy.
Okay.
Okay. It's kind of with a message that helps society be better, or give awareness of something, a problem in society. Like last year was Hellblade, for example.
Okay.
Hellblade was this person with how do you say? She was schizophrenia.
Yeah.
So she heard voices, and it's kind of, it gives you a very ¿cómo se dice? A very, when you're into it,
Yeah, it puts you in the
in the feet
shoes.
of, in the shoes of this person with this illness.
Right.
Immersive. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a very immersive experience on this illness. So
Right.
you're playing with your headset. That's how it's recommended to be played, with your headset, and you're actually hearing all these voices all over you.
Oh.
And it gives it was about awareness of that disease. So
Okay.
that's kind of the concept with this category. Now, Life is Strange. Did you play Life is Strange?
No.
So yeah, it's basically games that have a message of pro-social message.
But doesn't
Can't play it. I
Doesn't
can't
Halo
vote.
doesn't Halo have a pro-social message like Master Chief has to save the fucking universe? Isn't that fucking
No,
good?
that's just fantasy.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, the lights just went out.
Jesus.
Man, that's awesome. I think it's because I started cursing.
No, I just had to move.
Um,
They have move sensors.
Yeah, I don't buy this. Like, I have such a problem with this, man. Honestly,
Why?
Because okay, in my mind, it's like companies that try to do things to be recognized as social proponents, and then it seems just awkward to me that they would do this to gain recognition, to be like, oh, we're doing stuff for the environment, or we're doing stuff to help society. Like, let me give you an example. Okay, so Tom's Shoes, right?
No.
Do you know the company Tom's Shoes?
Oh yeah.
That every shoe that they sell, they give a
Yeah.
shoe. Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's in their business model, right?
Yeah.
To make that shoe, sell that shoe, and then give one away.
Okay.
Like if McDonald's all of a sudden said that they were going to give a cheeseburger away for every cheeseburger they sold, it would seem a little weird, right? So and people will be like, is that really genuine? Maybe it's an altruistic thing and it sounds great, but I just feel like it would be weird. And I don't know. For me, games are a place to not have to think about schizophrenia,
but-
and not have to think about social implications. And can I just have fun playing a game and not have
Yeah, but that's the thing. You have fun while you learn something else. I mean, did you see Happy Feet?
No. Maybe because I've avoided those games. I've always been like, nah, I'm not interested in Look, Mega Man has to save the world. With all
but
his
it's
powers.
not that. It's not the real world. I mean, we are.
What's real?
I don't know. I don't know.
What's real about it?
I don't. The intention of Mega Man is not giving you a message of saving the world and be a hero. But when you have a game where the main character has a disease and the actual game is kind of figuring out how to live in the real world with that disease, it's an awareness that you learn something of this person that might make you, hey, wait, there's people in the world with this problem. Let me see if I can do something about it. I don't know. It's more like, if we work in advertising, maybe we have a commercial or that thing that we do with our client, about the heroes.
Right.
It's giving awareness of this person who is
Doing something for society.
Invalido,
Right.
and is doing something for society. Is training another invalidos. How do you say it in English?
Well, yeah, disabled.
Disabled.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Disabled people that training in boxing, and they're boxing, and then we communicate the message of, hey, donate to this organization so he can continue helping. I mean, there's just stories. I don't know. I think that's not bad at all. I think that gaming it's a really cool way to give awareness or communicate the problems that we have in our world. And there are games that are their main purpose is that.
Yeah, and I guess I probably sound like a jerk for saying that I don't like these games, but the truth is, I feel like there's already so many problems out there in the world that to then, for me to then sit down to play a game, I don't want to then have to relive somebody else's problems. Like I have my own problems. Everybody's got their own problems, and that's not to say that games aren't the right medium. I mean, we watch movies, right? Of stories of people that are being challenged by one way or another. I mean, stories that have conflict and have tension usually have an element of all of those things. I mean, even the best games, like let's go back to, as an example, and I was using Mega Man just to be, a mongoloid. But, there are moral values and messages even in a game like Spider-Man, in a game like Pillars of Eternity, in a game like...
but the sole purpose of the game is not that.
But so what? I mean, it's still, to me, like, I get it. Call of Duty, there's no morality, there's no message.
It's just kill people.
It's just shoot people, but there's a beauty to that too, right? Because
that's what you do with Mega Man. You just
mindless.
shoot people,
yeah,
or little robots,
right? And Overwatch too, right? You're just doing that stuff. But God of War, actually, if you think about it, and you think about the story, and you think about society, like, there are a lot of messages in that game that you could apply to real life and say, maybe...
Like what? Kill all the gods? So
no.
You can be a god?
No. Yeah. but maybe power isn't everything. Maybe the message is that power isn't everything. That, that in order to gain power, you have to lose some things that you love or that you care about. And I think that's a message that everybody can get behind, And I understand that these games are, again, part of it is to provoke pro-social meanings in games. So, I take it all back. I'll give one of these.
I'm
definitely going to play Celeste.
I think you had I'm not going to judge you or anything. I just think that you misinterpreted the category.
Probably.
And I think you haven't played, like you said, you haven't played this kind of games.
Yeah.
I think you're not understanding very well the category.
Yeah, and I've stayed away from games like this because I don't...
Because maybe you take it as, I don't want to be depressed by this kind of thing.
I don't want to be depressed. I don't watch, like... It's funny because, if I know a movie is, like, super sad... I'll probably stay away from it because I don't want to watch a sad movie. I don't want to cry.
It's like people who hate horror films,
right? They don't want to be scared.
Right. Why am I paying to suffer?
Yeah. But I see the opposite. See, I love horror films because I think they're fun.
Yeah, me too. Okay,
All right.
moving on.
So, best performance awarded to an individual for voiceover acting. I know a few of these actors. And then just knowing the game, I mean, you can tell. So, Brian Deckard as Connor.
He was awesome. Did you see Detroit become human?
I did.
He was so good.
He was spot on. Obviously, Kratos, the voice of Kratos, just ridiculous. Boy. Come here, boy. Melisandre Mahmoud as Cassandra in Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
So
she's cute.
you know her. Oh, she's cute. You know her already.
And she's really good in the game. But
Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption.
this
And then
is
Yuri Lowenthal as
hard.
Peter Parker in Marvel Spider-Man.
This is really
It's a tough
hard.
one. I'm probably gonna go with again. From my experience, I'm gonna go with Christopher Judge, because his voice just makes the game. I mean, a lot of times,
Boy.
it just makes the game. Like, his voice is the game, and a lot of times. And
Well, it's not only the voice, right? It's motion capture too.
right.
So here you have. These are the people who actually made animated, if you will, the characters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Kratos too.
Okay.
Boy.
I'm gonna skip a category here.
Which one?
I'm gonna skip.
Best audio design? Come on. Wait.
Audio design.
Wait. This is my realm.
Okay, go best. I'm sorry, I can't skip this. Recognize best in-game audio and sound design.
Okay, so I play Call of Duty. It's the same shit again.
Yeah.
Forza I haven't played.
Whatever.
God of War.
The sound was really good in God of War. I'm just partial to God of War. That's my pick.
Jesus.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say because I haven't really played any of those other games. I mean, Call of Duty, the sound is great. I know people get really hung up on the sound in the game, especially, being in the environment and knowing where your enemies are and the sounds that the weapons make. And
Yeah. I'm gonna go with God of War too.
yeah.
You know why? Here's the thing. I was in between God of War and Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I was thinking about Spider-Man is because when you're swinging, I used to play a lot with headsets, right? When you're swinging, the sound of the air, you kind of feel
Swishing
it.
through your ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you also told me that while you're swinging, you can pick up the phone.
He
Or you
talks
answer
as a
calls.
character in the story.
Yeah.
He talks. And if you're just standing on a building or on the ground, whatever, there's a track of him talking.
Right.
And he's talking normally.
He's talking to Mary Jane.
Exactly. If he is swinging, it's a different track
Cool.
of him, and you can feel the struggle of him, swinging and talking at the same time. So he's like, "Oh, money, okay, I'll be there," So they have different tracks for that. So that's those details. Not a lot of games have. Now I know that Red Dead has a lot of details visually. I've seen them, and I'm pretty
And
sure
the
they
sound
have
is
it in
really
the
good.
sound design
Yeah.
too.
I mean, and just listening to the intro and watching the intro for the sound and the music was insane.
But
Big but.
yeah, I'm gonna go with God of War. And here's a reason why I'm gonna go with God of War. For me, and this is probably just me, but for me, when you're doing something like Red Dead Redemption, you're just recording real life things.
Yeah.
And it's there's a lot of work into that and sound design work into that, but there's something about God of War that things that have sound there are not real.
Yeah.
They're just
They're creative.
100% creations.
Yeah, that's true.
And
It's less real.
And it sounds real.
It sounds good.
You don't feel it sounds fake or whatever. Like a sound of a monster. Monsters don't exist.
Right. Yeah,
So
that's a good point.
A deer exists.
You know what's funny that I heard the other day? Somebody decided that a dinosaur sounded a certain way because no one's ever heard one.
Yeah. No
Shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. So those kind of things I do respect in sound design, and I'm gonna go with God of War because if you see the behind the scenes of the creation of these games, like I saw one that was for Destiny,
Yeah.
And it's amazing how things that don't exist, they create a sound, and how they create those sounds.
Yeah.
It's mixing different things.
Yeah, it is.
And sometimes it's just a rope rubbing something else, and they add this effect and that effect,
Yeah.
and it sounds like the gun that shoots a laser. And I'm like, really, you did that with a fucking rope?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. The shit that they pull out to make
Yeah.
sounds. You know, when I was a kid, I saw an HBO special on how they make sounds. You know, how they use like paper bags and
Yeah.
bricks.
Yeah.
And all these things, you know, to make these sounds. And I was fascinated by that.
Yeah.
The sound of cartoons, the sound of movies. So, yeah, I mean, these guys, God of War just did such a great job of creating all these sounds out of nowhere. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just fantastic. Which brings us to the next category, which I think is also your category.
Oh, it's one of my
Best
favorites.
score, best music. And this was
Ironically, it's
presented by
not very hard for me to pick one.
So what are you going to say? This is your category. I have nothing. I really don't have much. Again, these are your games. So.
Yeah. Okay. So Celeste, I've played it, and I haven't played it, but I've seen it. So I can't say the music is good. What I've, I actually once or a couple of times started listening to the soundtrack on YouTube, and it sounds good. But I can't. It's not fair for me to say a lot more about that game because I haven't played it. But God of War, the soundtrack is just amazing, and it consists. I mean, the main
do this.
thing. Is that Celeste?
That's Celeste.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. It's trippy.
It's so trippy.
So, God of War. Do you know that the main theme of God of War consists of 3 notes?
I did not know that. Well, now you say it. Yeah.
That's it.
That's true. That's
But
true.
what a fucking track.
But yeah, no, with those 3 notes, they worked wonders.
It's just crazy good. Marvel Spider-Man is very good too. It feels very much like the cinematic world of Marvel. Nino Kuni too. I do struggle with this soundtrack. I really like the songs, but they're really short. And you spend a lot of time in some areas. So the songs
Play a
become
lot. They're
very repetitive.
Yeah.
And it was really hard for me the first couple of times I played that game because the songs would get stuck in my head and I couldn't fucking take it out.
That's good and bad.
They repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat.
Yeah.
So, but they're good. They're good. Octopath Traveler, I can't speak for that. And Red Dead Redemption, even though I haven't played this game, based on the first Red Dead Redemption soundtrack, I wouldn't expect nothing else than marvelous here, because it's the same composer and everything. But having said that, my vote is gonna go with God of War. I think that score is just
It's
And it-
ridiculously good. You
it's-
cannot. You don't even if you played it in a movie, if you played it in your car on the way to work, like it's just so cool.
And it has this thing that it becomes the person. That score becomes Kratos.
Like I was saying, the voice of this guy plus the soundtrack. I mean, the game looks great, and that's just on top of how good all that other stuff is.
Now, but there's one thing. If I play ba 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 ba, you know,
I know exactly what
right
it is.
away.
Yeah, and those are still 3 notes, right?
That's
those
a
are
lot
5
more.
notes. Those are 5 notes.
But you still have this kind of audio thing that
Right.
you identify this person right away.
Correct.
Batman. Which one is the
The
score now for Batman? I don't remember it.
The score for Batman is kind of weird because I remember the old Batman score. Batman score.
I have it on the tip of my tongue right now. Like the Christopher Nolan.
See, the 1989 theme is the one that I remember, which
Can you play it?
is trumpets.
That's a Tim Burton one.
Yeah.
But every time you play that,
That's actually Danny
The score,
Elfman, but yeah,
yeah.
Tim Burton. Yeah.
well, the movie is the
Tim
director,
Burton.
but Danny Elfman is the composer. But you play that melody and you see Batman in your head.
Yeah.
So they did that. I mean, I'm pretty sure with Red Dead they don't have this. Not pretty sure. I'm not gonna say,
Yeah.
but I don't think they have that with that character. And Kratos, I mean, whatever now for me, I play dun dun dun. That's Kratos.
That's God of War.
So
And it wasn't like that before. It wasn't always like that. I mean, the other God of Wars were great. God of War 3 was
Yeah.
great. But it didn't, the soundtrack didn't really, the gameplay was what killed God of War 3, was what made God of War 3 amazing. But
Yeah.
this was just like, forget about it.
I went for God of War.
Okay. Next category is Best Art Direction. So for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation, Assassin's Creed, God of War, Octopath, Red Dead Redemption, and Return of the Obra Dinn 3909 LLC.
This is so hard.
Yeah, these are hard, man. Like, I don't know if I even want to have a vote anymore. Again, I didn't play Octopath Traveler, but Red Dead Redemption looks really, really good. And if you think about how they had to really capture the whole Old West thing,
Yeah.
they did it even better this time than they did Red Dead Redemption 1. Like, it looks even better, which is hard to top because Red Dead Redemption, the first one, was pretty damn good. Then again, some of the places that you visit in God of War are just out of control beautiful. I mean, the way that the game starts is just ridiculous, you know, and usually they do that on purpose, and you think this is as good as it gets, but it just keeps getting better and better, you know? I don't know. For me, it would be God of War again. I think God of War is going to probably win the most awards at this thing.
Okay. So, based off the description, outstanding creative and technical achievement in artistic design and animation. This is really hard. Okay. Assassin's Creed. One thing for me that Assassin's Creed doesn't have is animation.
Okay.
I feel that Assassin's Creed, the animations are actually recycled from other games, and a lot of animations are. Even Cassandra's character's animation, I feels like, is recycled. Now, they recreated Greece in this game, and it's just mind blowing when you're kind of walking through Athens and all those Greek cities. It's just crazy. It's mind blowing. All of the detail you see in this game, and it looks beautiful too. So that's that with Assassin's Creed. Now you have God of War, which, like you say, it looks amazing. It's mind blowing what they could get out of a console these days. The environments are incredibly good. They're different. You have snow, but you have caves, and you have so many things. Octopath Traveler, for me, it's a little bit. Even though it's a good game, it looks very awesome, very very cool.
It's a unique art style.
It's a unique art style, but it's a little bit of a gimmick, right?
I mean, yeah, it's been done before.
Well, no, I don't think it's been done,
Well, it's Fable.
but
It's Fable. I mean, the art of Fable and the art of this is almost identical.
yeah, but this style of 2D, 2D textures in a 3D
Okay,
environment.
that's different.
I think it looks awesome, but I think it's a little bit gimmicky.
It is a niche.
Now, Red Dead Redemption, like you said, it's just incredible what they did. And Return of Obra Dinn, I think it's a little bit of a gimmick too.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's cool and everything,
Yeah, it looks
it's
good.
the monochrome kind of Game Boy-ish graphics or whatever, but it's a little bit gimmicky in my opinion. Damn, boy. Okay. Here's my thing. I'm gonna go with God of War.
That's what we've been going with anyway. So
I have my reasons. Assassin's Creed, the world is amazing. In terms of animation, it's okay. It's not I mean, it looks very similar to Origins,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It isn't that big a departure from the previous game visually,
Exactly.
but it's still a beautiful.
The city, I mean, the Greece is amazing.
Greece is beautiful,
The
yeah.
water of the game, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just not everything to me is mind blowing, amazing, and in God of War it is.
Yeah, even a little cave, a little rock, a little tree, it just looks
And
ridiculous.
going back to real things, I mean, I know that in Odyssey they recreated things, but it's very grounded. Everything is very real. I mean, it's the Greece that we know from books and whatever. In God of War, there's a lot of mythical things that were actually designed from the imagination of somebody, somebody.
Yeah.
Those are things that don't exist.
Right. So
Like,
from a pure creative perspective,
yeah,
they came a long way.
yeah, exactly. That's where I'm trying to go. Where Red Dead Redemption again looks beautiful,
But they're drawing on existing kind of things that have already happened. I mean, I think God of War, there is a lot of ink in the well still to draw from. There are a lot of myths and there's a lot of stories about the gods and stuff that they could use. But God of War still feels different. It still feels like they made up a lot of stuff, and a lot of the monsters and a lot of the other gods, even their abilities are not things that are actually documented. They just
the
made them
world.
up. And the world is also insanely cool.
you know. I mean, this
I go with God of War
turtle,
too.
this huge turtle,
Yeah.
where this girl lives. You remember that part?
Yeah. Oh my God, that part was insane. I didn't know what I was looking at. I was like, "What is this?"
I mean, that's this huge, the huge snake in
the
the
snake.
lake.
Yeah, the snake is out of control.
This
I did so many
room with the
screenshots.
tree with the blue light. where
Yeah,
you
it looks like you're an avatar. That tree with the lights. I thought I was. I think it's the game that I've taken the most screenshots of.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's my barometer of
Yeah.
success for visual.
With God of War.
I'm gonna skip a couple because again, I don't have much to say about some of these games, so I feel like I'm not.
Well, I'm gonna make quick votes then.
Okay, yeah. So like best narrative. I mean,
God of
for me,
War.
God of War again. Best game direction. Again, I haven't played Red Dead Redemption enough, so I don't know. I think God of War would probably win there too. But what about best ongoing game? So this is a game that we both played. We've played all of these, except for Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know if you played Rainbow Six Siege, but it's an ongoing.
I haven't played, but I do respect Ubisoft for the great improvement they've made
Yeah.
and how they kept working on that game until having
The good product that they have now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Overwatch, but that's not actually my favorite best ongoing game.
Which one is it?
It's because I started playing it. It's actually No Man's Sky, so I still have a little bit of the nostalgia factor of just starting to play it. Where I feel like, just doing little missions, going out to find a little crystal or find a little plant that's gonna power the cell for for one of my cryogenic processes. Like I'm like, it's so new to me that I feel like the people that have been playing this game for a long time are way ahead of me. And I'm like, okay, I can see myself playing this game a lot. Like the replay value is really high from a personal perspective. Even though like Overwatch I love because it's multiplayer and I can pick it up and put it down. But No Man's Sky seems like a game that I could play for 10 years and it will still be new, and
It's
it can
endless.
continue to add and add. So I would say No Man's Sky for that one. I don't even consider Fortnite. I'm telling you, Fortnite in a year or two is going to be gone. So I don't know about best ongoing game.
Well, for me, it's gonna be. I'm not gonna go with my pocket, which probably is gonna be Fortnite. I'm gonna go Destiny because it's the actually the game that I play the most from this list, anyways. And Forsaken, based on the description here, awarded to a game
For outstanding
for
development.
outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. What they did with Forsaken, even though the two DLCs that they had previous to Forsaken weren't that really good, Forsaken really takes Destiny 2 to a next level. So the evolution of Destiny 2 with Forsaken is huge. The amount of content it has is huge. You have new weapons, you have new events, you have new areas, you have a new whole campaign, and you have a new multiplayer mode to play with. So I think the evolution of Destiny 2 went really big with Forsaken. So that's like two reasons for going with Destiny 2. Fortnite for me is the same game all over again. They keep throwing content, but every time I go online with it, it's the same game. No Man's Sky, yes, I'm with you there, but it's just not better for me than Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Overwatch.
I'm not saying that No Man's Sky is better than Overwatch. I love Overwatch, but I just feel like since I just started playing No Man's Sky a couple weeks ago, it's just one of those games where I feel like it's got legs. Like it can go.
Well, I mean, and it has come to.
I didn't play it when you guys started playing it. When you guys were like,
when I really started playing No Man's Sky, was when it first came out.
I didn't play it at
2 years ago.
Yeah,
it was a huge disappointment. Even though it was a huge disappointment, I enjoyed it and I played it. So again, based on the description of the category, No Man's Sky has come a long way.
And I haven't seen that. I mean, I've heard of it. I've heard of it coming a long way. I'm just picking it up now and I'm saying, man, this game's actually pretty good. Yeah. I'm glad I kind of waited.
Yeah.
But anyways, I didn't wait on because I had a choice.
For me, the two. I mean, Overwatch, it's just adding maps and characters in the game. I mean, even though the characters change the gameplay a little bit, if you choose to play with them.
Right.
But yeah, anyhow, my two contestants top are No Man's Sky and Destiny, and I'm going with Destiny.
Okay. You'll probably win that one. And then finally, Game of the Year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. So, again, Assassin's Creed, Celeste.
Great game.
Celeste is up there. Again, I need to play this game. God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, and Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm just going to tell you, from, again, my experience playing Monster Hunter World, watching people play Monster Hunter World, playing God of War, and I just got Red Dead Redemption 2. I'll probably be better equipped to make a decision, like at the end of this weekend, where I have played more Red Dead Redemption.
You gotta vote?
But I gotta go with God of War for now. It's just a game that I played that I had so much fun playing, and like you said, as I was playing it, I was saying, "This is the game of the fucking year. This is the best game this year." I kept saying it to myself. Yeah, this game's out of control, dude. Everybody too was telling me, "Bro, if you play God of War, there was so much buzz around it, and it was organic because it wasn't like people were getting paid to say this. Like people were just having a great time playing."
Yeah. Assassin's Creed is not going to be Game of the Year, even though it's really good, but it's not.
Yeah.
Celeste, I haven't played enough to consider. Spider-Man. Fuck. Okay. Monster Hunter World for me, not. Red Dead Redemption. My money is. I mean, Red Dead Redemption has some of my pocket, if I had to bet. It's not my favorite, though. My heart is completely with God of War.
Yeah. And I think that based off of, all of the other categories that we've talked about, because God of War for us stuck out as the best game in all of those other categories, it's hands down the best experience this year. Like, I feel about God of War for 2018 the way I felt about Breath of the Wild for 2017.
Yeah.
Where the music was good, the art direction was good, the gameplay was good, the puzzles were good, the story was good, and the story didn't even matter, and it was so good. That's just how I feel.
Here's some facts. Spider-Man is the game that most play with the most 100% completion rates or whatever in the PlayStation.
Oh, I had no idea.
Network.
So that means most people beat it, but God of War's got to be
not beat it.
Place.
Not beat it.
Yeah, no, beat and done all the achievements, right? 100%.
100% everything in the game.
Yeah. God of War's got to be up there too.
God of War, a lot of people did it, but apparently Spider-Man had the most players.
But is that because it was easier, or is that because it was more compelling to do it?
I'm not sure.
Because, like, I'll tell you right now, playing World of Warcraft, trying to get all the achievements, you can go kill yourself because there's no way you can get them all. You have to have been playing, since the game was born.
Well, I played Spider-Man, and I'm gonna say it was. Well, I'm not that pro of a gamer. But
No,
it
but
was
getting achievements are
it
fun.
was challenging.
Yeah.
Even though I played in not in the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
But it was challenging sometimes. It was a little bit easy in the sense that the game continuously tells you what to do. So
Yeah.
sometimes you feel like you're just following instructions.
Mega Man 11 was way harder.
Yeah,
From what I
Eleven was
understand.
very hard. God of War was challenging in the harder difficulty.
Yeah.
I finished it in normal difficulty, and then I started playing in hard. And
How are you
it
doing
was
on Dark Souls on
crazy.
Switch?
Oh, I'm horrible. I took a break though.
You have to. You
Yeah,
have to put it down.
yeah.
You got to put it down because if not, it literally pulls your soul out and puts it on
Yeah.
the side, and you have to go get it back.
Yeah, I'm on break from Dark Souls. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go with God of War. I'm.
It's the one.
I'm actually split between Spider-Man and.
Well,
and
you know what? You can
But
vote
I'm
for
going
God
with-
of War today, and then in 24 hours, you can vote for Spider-Man again because that's how it works. So you can vote once every day, every 24 hours. And then if you share your vote, it receives an extra boost in the winner formula. So think about that. Again, the winners are announced live on December 6th at the Game Awards. You
Guys, go vote.
go vote for your favorite games.
It sounds weird that we just came out of elections.
And now we're telling people
And
to
now
go vote
we're
again.
going to go vote for games.
Yeah, I want to see your sticker that says "I voted for my favorite game." Voting's important. But yeah, I mean, support your favorite games, support your favorite publishers. Help people spread the word about the content creators that you love. That's why we do this podcast to promote games and to promote this community. So with that being said, that's the Game Awards show for today. Next episode, we're gonna have a really cool guest. It's gonna be a bit of a surprise, but we will tease it in the Instagram page. But it's somebody that's a pro gamer. We're gonna bring him on and we're gonna ask him a bunch of questions, and he's gonna give us some tips and some tricks on how to be pro.
So
And he's an FPS player, so it'll be cool if you love FPS.
I know it.
He's here in Florida. He's a Hispanic gamer, and he's one of the top Halo players in the world. Is all I will say about that.
Awesome. I just want to also mention that you can find us in several places. You can find us in SoundCloud, iTunes, and now Spotify. We just added the podcast to Spotify and YouTube. So if you search for us, No Name Games on YouTube or Spotify, you can follow us there. And don't forget also to follow us on Instagram. Soon we're going to have a Twitter. We just don't want to have a bunch of accounts.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to make it harder for us to continue doing this, basically.
We're just getting started now.
Soon we're going to have our Twitter account. And don't forget to go to our website too, noname.games.
NoName.games and episode 9. Peace.
Cool.